Hello, Joe here from Infiniti of Tacoma. Today I'm going to tell you about this awesome 2019 Tesla Model 3 Standard Range Plus. It's always a festive time when I'm able to do a little video of Teslas. Man, I've been in the car business 25 years and cars sometimes tend to look the same. They all kind of fade together, but Teslas are like an automotive breath of fresh air, so it's always exciting and fun for me to talk about Teslas just because they're so different than all the other vehicles. Really cool products. Obviously, you know, I'm a pretty big fan of Tesla. I've invested in the company. Obviously, do your own research. I'm not a professional, but I've invested in Tesla since I think it was 2014. As a used car manager, I like to buy Teslas for our used inventory, and we do pretty well with them. We've had, I think, over 50 Teslas we've bought and sold over the years. And this Model 3 is a great product. If you're thinking about a battery electric vehicle, Tesla's a great choice. They have a big lead on battery technology. They've been making battery electric vehicles since 2008. So in a lot of ways, they have a head start over a lot of other people. They make more electric cars right now than anyone else. And it's my opinion the Model 3 is probably one of the best battery electric vehicles, and not just battery electric vehicles, one of the best vehicles on the road. And we'll get into that. I'll try to make this about 10 minutes. I have a tendency to ramble on, as you can see, but we'll try to make this quick. Okay, so the Standard Range Plus is the entry-level version of the Model 3, but entry is relative. It's a feature-packed vehicle. It's comparable to, you know, cost and feature-wise, it's comparable to like a BMW 3 Series, Mercedes-Benz C-Class, and our own product, the Infiniti Q50. So it's considered a premium luxury vehicle. So the Standard Range Plus has a rear motor, so it's rear-wheel drive. Most of the long-range Model 3s that you'll find are all-wheel drive, so it has a motor in the front and a motor in the back. An all-wheel drive, long-range Model 3, depending on the year, has a range fully charged of between 300 and 330 miles. The Standard Range Plus, like this one, is about 240, 250 when fully charged, but you know, range can vary by the way you drive. Outside temperature, are you driving on the highway, around town, is it raining? There's a lot of different factors that can, you know, determine how much range you get. So why would you consider a standard range versus a long range? Well, price point, you know, this is going to be a lower price point comparable to a, you know, long range all-wheel drive Model 3. And the thing is, if you have 220 charging set up at your house, you go home, you come home at night, you plug your vehicle in, and with 220 charging, you'll have a full charge the next day when you wake up. 220 charging adds about 30 miles of range per hour to your vehicle. So even though you only have about you only have about a 240, 230, 220 fully charged range, you know, if you're fully charging your vehicle every night, you know, obviously it'll become less of an issue. Most people don't drive more than 80, 100 miles a day. But then when you do want to drive a little bit further and go on a road trip, you do have the proprietary Tesla supercharging network. They have 30,000 superchargers throughout the world. The majority of them are in the United States. The supercharging is very easy. You set up your Tesla account, you back it in, you plug it in, it's all automatic. It bills you automatically. There's no messing with any buttons. You can see there's 2 superchargers within 6 miles of us. You can get a full charge in about 35, 45 minutes. And if you don't have enough time for a full charge, even 10 or 15 minutes can add 80 to 100 miles of range to your vehicle. So you're pretty much able to drive anywhere in the country with the supercharging network. And they also have destination charging if you're on a, you know, overnight road trip. All these hotels have electric car charging, so you can fully charge your Tesla, you know, the next day. It's not fast charging, but it's slower charging, but, you know, if you have it plugged in overnight, you'll have most likely a full charge the next morning. The majority of the functionality of the Tesla is handled through the infotainment system, so it creates a very clean interior. And another benefit with Tesla's over-the-air updates, and that's another thing, Tesla is the king of over-the-air updates. Every couple months, they're constantly updating, improving this vehicle. It's gaining features. Look at this. They just had an over update, and now it has blind spot cameras. No other car company can do this because a lot of other cars have, you know, features connected to fixed buttons and stuff like that. Because of this infinite, you know, configurability with this screen, like an iPhone or an iPad, you know, you get an over-the-air update. This thing's constantly gaining features. So this has a lot of features that it didn't have in 2019 when it was brand new. So in a lot of ways, even though it's older and has miles, it's a better vehicle. It's a safer vehicle because of all these over-the-air updates, all these features it's gained. Premium connectivity is $10 a month. It allows you to have a cell phone data hotspot in your vehicle. So it has a cell phone data transponder in it. It allows you to stream music. You can get Google Maps. You can also, there we go. You can also watch Netflix, Hulu, TikTok. These are things that are added. TikTok is and Disney Plus has been recently added through the over-the-air updates. They have all these video games. They're constantly adding games in their over-the-air updates. And Toy Box are adding things. You have a colorizer, so if you wrap your vehicle, you can change the color of your Tesla as avatar. Pretty cool stuff. You can do the boombox type stuff. You can, use the horn as a megaphone. You can make the horn sound like a fart. All sorts of ridiculous stuff. Whoopee cushions. The stuff. It just goes on and on and on. Oh, where did it go? There we go. Okay, enough of that silliness. Great backup camera too, very crisp HD display. All right, I'll have to change the color back on this thing. Very spacious interior, even though it's not a huge vehicle, because it has a completely flat floor. There's no batteries or drive shafts or transmission tunnels. The floor is completely flat, allowing for lots of interior space. Also, because the weight of the batteries is so low in the vehicle, it gives it an unbelievably low center of gravity. It gives you sports car-like handling. You also have sports car-like acceleration with that electric motor, instant torque. It's also safe because of the weight of the battery is so low. It has a very, very low rollover risk. It's actually very hard to roll this vehicle over. It's probably one of the lowest risks of rollover out of many cars on the road. In fact, if you look at the NHTSA's ratings of this thing, this is the Model 3 is actually one of the safest vehicles tested by the NHTSA by any metric. When Elon was developing the Model 3, he didn't want to just have it just as good as what the NHTSA says is safe. He wanted to supersede that. He wanted to be well beyond what the NHTSA standards are for safety. Now, as you can see by the crash ratings, they definitely achieved that because it's the lowest probability of injury in an accident out of any vehicle on the road. Pretty amazing stuff. So, not only is this going to save you money on gas and maintenance, and it's fun, it's cool, but it's also very safe. You and your family, your friends, the people you care about are going to be in one of the safest vehicles on the road. Really is cool looking too. And then we have a frunk, so that gives you extra storage. But this is also a safety feature. Normally you'd have an engine here, so you have all this space to absorb crash energy in an accident. 60% bigger crumple zone than you would have in a gas car. So that also makes it safe. The autopilot makes it safe too. Autopilot gives you level 2 autonomy. You do have to pay attention, you do have to keep your hand in the wheel, but you get auto steer and you get adaptive cruise control. When you're operating on autopilot, they're averaging about 1 accident for every 4 million miles driven. So not only is the way the vehicle constructed making it safe, but the software, the autopilot software also makes it safe. You can see this is one awesome product, and this is a reason why I think it is not only one of the best battery electric vehicles on the road, I think it's actually one of the best vehicles on the road because of all these factors. The money it saves you on maintenance and gas. It's fun to drive, it's cool, it has lots of cool features. It's one of the safest vehicles on the road. One of the lowest probability of injury in an accident. There's a lot of reasons to consider the Model 3 as your next vehicle. Thanks so much for taking the time today to watch this video. Hopefully see you soon, and have a wonderful day.